Okay, I'm gonna show you how to make keto chicken and dumplings. It's a comfort food, and everyone on keto struggles with, when they're starting keto, to struggle with not wanting bread-related items. Ignore the music in the background. Clara is obsessed with these bells back here that were my grandfather's. They play Christmas music, so we leave them up year round. Okay, so you're gonna start with almond flour. I get the I don't even know what brand this is. Nature's Eats. I think you could get it at Walmart. Get the big 4-pound bag because it lasts longer. If I want to do a mixture of baking stuff, like with cakes or anything, I use Trim Healthy Mama stuff. It's just better consistency. So use a cup of that, half a cup of pristine whey protein. That's what's gonna keep it together. Unflavored. You're gonna do 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, half a cup of the protein, half a teaspoon of onion powder, and a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and then a half a cup of boiling hot water. So I took a half a cup measuring thing, put it in the microwave safe bowl, Pyrex bowl, and now we're gonna pour it into the bowl. I mix it with a fork prior. Don't just plop it all in. You know, mix it up a little because everything's quite dense when it comes to anything keto related. And make sure you have a bowl of water because you need your hands wet. So if you have rings, take them off. Okay, so I'm gonna pour the water in. I'm sitting because I'm too tall for the video. Pour the water in. You're gonna use the spatula and mix it. See, we're mixing. It's hard to tell, but you gotta just kind of mix it up till it's all, you know, and it's gonna be very gooey, kind of just like you would a I don't know, like those crescent things, the banquet biscuit mix. It's gonna be sticky, so it's gonna be a big old mess. It's just the way it is. Baking and cooking in general is not a neat sport by all means. You're gonna get dirty. So if you don't like to get dirty, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so there's the consistency. I'll put my spatula down. There's the consistency. I'm doing this prior to having the meal done because Claire is allowing me to do it right now. So you take it as you can get it. Next step is you're gonna dip your hand in your water and you're gonna grab however many people you're gonna have as a meal, and you kind of just like form it together. It's going to be doughy. Very, very doughy. Oh, I forgot. You put half a teaspoon of xanthan gum in there too. Why I'm doing it before too is it will harden a little, so it will be a lot easier because it is messy. Look at that. Smell the onion and the garlic. Smells good. I'm just kind of putting it on like it's a like they're cookies. Just keep your hands kind of wet. The water really doesn't do anything. It's just, I guess it's wet it as much as you can. Just it's like mud pie, I guess. Scoop it out. Get your hands wet. Keep adding the water to the mixture. first two were kind of nasty and yuck. Like that. I'll show you the pan once I'm done. It's kind of difficult. I have to sit in order to get the whole thing through. But what I'm doing is I'm kind of scooping the water into my hand. It makes it so it's an easier mixture. It makes about 4 to 6-ish, give or take, depending on how big the woo! I'll spill my water. Depending on how big your scoops are. Now, I'm not even gonna expect Jeremiah to eat this because he is not like a doughy, gooey texture kind of guy. Neither is Clara, so I'll have leftovers of this, which is fine. They'll eat the chicken and the veggie part of it though. No problem with that. But if you are one that does not like doughy things, it's probably not going to be your cup of tea unless you don't mind it being mixed in with other things like veggies and whatever. It all depends on your preference. A lot of people can't like keto per se or low carb because it's a different texture. It takes a while to get used to it if you are bad with textures. So I'm not horrible about them. If I know I'm going to be eating something healthy for myself and my family, I really don't care. Okay, the first two I should probably combine together because they're a little small. So I'm going to combine them. It is messy, I'll tell you that much. It's got some of my pants even because you need, basically what I'm doing is I'm scooping it out into my hands and then scoop some water, pour it in your hands and kind of mix it. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like. They're gonna just look kind of doughy. So what I'm gonna do, it is 2:20 in the afternoon. So it's awful early that I've prepared this, but it's preparation when it comes to keto and low carb is essential. You can't, I'm sure there are some meals you can throw together in 5-10 minutes. I haven't found one yet, unless it's like the low carb pita bread pizza roll thingies. You can throw that together in 5 minutes. But anything that's of substantialness, it's gonna take a little time to prepare. So, this one is a new one. I haven't tried this yet, but everyone's making comfort food right now, and they're like using banquet mixture, and I'm not gonna revert back to eating like that. So I'm gonna leave this out so it hardens like a little, like it's gonna dry up a little, so it's gonna be not as doughy because you're essentially supposed to just put it in with the soup. But I'm gonna wait, and at like 4-ish I'm gonna put it in the oven, cook it a little so that it firms up a little more like a biscuit, and then I'm gonna plop it on top of the mixture, not in it, because I have some eating that probably will not like the biscuit part of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll let you know when it's done. Hey, so I left the biscuits out for about, that's 8 minutes. I did about an hour, and the stickiness kind of on top wasn't as sticky. It was more touchable, and I decided I didn't want them to be uh, complete slime. You know how sometimes you put them in the soup or the casserole, whatever, and it's more slimy. I didn't want that, so I put them in the oven for 8 minutes because I still want them to be like a little bit of that stickier, but not more of a firmer sticky texture, if that makes any sense. So I baked them. That's the bottom, that's the top. They're more like, they're still squishy, so you're still gonna get that like chicken and dumpling, turkey a la king kind of consistency once you put the soup on top. So here's the soup. It's simmering. So I put 4 chicken breasts in there. We got these little packets from the school of carrots that were shared with us, and I put 4 of those in there. Washed them up and threw them in there. So it's about I'd say 1.5 cups of carrots, of the small baby carrots, and 3 celery stalks, like those big celery stalks. Cut them up with 3 cups of low sodium chicken broth, and a can of chicken condensed soup, which some people would say that's not technically keto, but it is low carb, so oh well. That's what I have today. I don't care. But anyways, so that's that. And then I got a chicken meat shredder, and I've been just gradually shredding it as it's on like a very low simmer. Like the light for the heat isn't even on. That's how low it is, because the idea is for it to be kind of low. Kind of like if I were to put it in a crock pot, it's kind of the same ordeal. So that's what we've got so far. Wait till we're done, and then I'll tell you how it is. But I really wanted to show you the biscuits. That was the main part of this video, for the biscuits. I mean, I made them about this size. They're quite thick, so you can cut them in half, and that way you've got plenty for leftovers. If you like to crumble them up, cut them up kind of like people would in a strawberry shortcake, let's say. Here's a disaster today, sorry. That sort of thing. But I mean, self-care, people. Just because you're home doesn't mean you have to not cook nice for yourself. Keep yourself healthy. It really boosts your personality, your confidence in yourself. It just makes you a little happier if you're fueling your body with good stuff. So that's what's for dinner tonight. What are you guys having for dinner?